The facts matter.
Good evening, everyone. Virgo here. It is Monday, February 1st, and I hope everyone had a wonderful weekend. Have you guys ever met anyone that's just fake? I mean, like, everything about them is fake. They pretend that they maybe have money, but then you find out they're, like, just about to get evicted. Or they pretend like they're driving a nice car, but then you find out they've just been renting one from Enterprise. Or, I mean, literally, just like everything about them is fake. I can't stand people like that. But this group of Moors that we have online that brag about all the law that they know and how, our government is recognizing them as a government and all these things. Literally everything about them is fake. Everything. Like there's nothing real at all. Ordinarily, the reason why an actual scam will work is because there is some element of truth thrown in there. But with these guys, time and time and time after time, it's all fake. All of it. So listen to this, guys. You remember when there was a lot of celebrating that was going on because of Moorish American Week. Oh, there's all kinds of, it's all over their pages and everything else where they point to a specific bill that went through that supposedly is validating their entire everything, their whole movement and their fake government and everything else, because it was in a bill that there was a proclamation for a Moorish American Week. Right? We've been hearing that for 3 years at least now. But listen to this, guys. Fayetteville mayor to withdraw proclamation for Moorish American Week. Fayetteville Mayor Tony Chavon has learned a valuable lesson. If you're going to issue a proclamation in honor of a group, you had better know something about that group. Chavon issued a proclamation for Moorish American Week. The problem is, the group Moorish Americans has tried to file court documents that claim members have sovereignty from the U.S., the Fayetteville Observer reports. Chavon now plans to retract the proclamation. In any event, it is confusing and embarrassing, Chavon wrote to City Council in an email. The Fayetteville Observer also reports that Charlotte's Mayor Anthony Fox also signed a similar proclamation. So did the mayors of Chicago and Baltimore, the paper reports. Now, I'm not going to go any further with this because there is absolutely no need for me to. Because when I show you that this was written in 2012, you will understand why this is almost hilarious. Mr. Swindle Hoodwink sent this to me this morning. This particular article that was written was about the different cities and counties within Maryland that had pulled the proclamation and retracted it after finding out that all these people are doing is stealing homes, squatting, and breaking the law by filing false and fraudulent UCCs. But yet they're still claiming that bill validates them. So, in the majority of the places where there was a Moorish American Week that was put forth by any of the mayors or governors, they've been pulled. And there are several articles on this, and I'll be linking a couple of them in the description for you. All of you that are following the online Moors, the Moorish movement online, I'm talking about people like Light Tajiri Bey, Taj Tariq, Rise of the Moors, um, Moorish American Consulate. I'm talking about those people. I'm not talking about the Temple Moors. Totally different group of people, which is the reason why this particular article is off down there where it says the Moorish Temple of America, Moorish Science Temple of America, these Moors are a part of, because they're not. The temples, some of them do have problems, but there's a good portion of them that don't. They're religious, legitimate 501c3 organizations, non-profit, and are there to help their communities. They're law-abiding citizens, and I have no beef with them. In this country, we have a thing called freedom of religion still. So, nobody should have an issue with that. But this particular group of people that we see online selling packages and making claims that they're able to get you out of paying your child support and tell you how to put together a lien on properties and throwing people out of their properties, or going around and picking out properties that are empty and you can own it and all this other stuff, instead of actually doing the work that it takes to find properties that you can pay off the taxes and take over the property and flip it if you want to or whatever, like a normal individual would do. Somebody who actually has some education and isn't willfully ignorant of all of the laws. Someone who actually understands finance and understands how to do these things legally. You would think if they spent enough time actually researching just the one thing that I just mentioned there, if they spent enough time researching that instead of in their bullshit theories here, they might actually be able to make something of themselves. But no, they're not going to do that. They're not going to do that. And they're telling their followers, don't work, don't pay your bills, don't pay your automobile loan, don't pay your home loan, you can get away with doing this, this, and this. You don't have to pay child support. You don't have to pay taxes. You can go out, like Tajiri has gone as far as to say, you can go out and hurt somebody fatally. And it doesn't matter because you're a Moorish American national. By the way, dingbat, if you're born here in America, you're already an American national. You're just ridiculous with the stuff you say. But I digress. I'm going to leave this up for you guys to actually take a look at. I will link you to the other article that I was referring to. But this, you can fool people for a while, but you have made it blatantly obvious that you're criminals. And what was it that I told Mr. L or whomsoever it was that claims to be the Secretary of State of the Moorish federal government when I was in the middle of having a debate with them? Your movement will fall apart over and over again because you don't get to have a good solid foundation or backing when you're scamming people. And guess what? It's loud and clear. Loud and clear. And things are going to be changing for you guys. So I would suggest that maybe you take a second look at what you're doing. Because, it's bad enough that you've been scamming your own group of people and having that group of people thrown in prison by acting the way that you act and telling them to do the things that you do, which are not legal. But let me inform you guys, you don't know law. Like you like to tell everybody else they don't know law. But you honestly really don't know law. Like so badly that you've never even won a case. So my suggestion would be, if you do not want to find yourself with the silver bracelets on for spreading disinformation purposely, for the purpose of monetary gain, and for the purpose of practicing cult-like mentality, things are changing. task forces are being created as we speak to stop you. You guys, the fact that this was done back in 2012, and the fact that they're still bragging about Moorish American Week, tells us everything about these people is fake. Everything. All right, everybody. Have a great evening. Bye-bye.